Can we go to Renan? Is Renan there now that we lost Ghana? Renan?
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Renan. You are doing a lot of work
Yes,
in the
sir.
background. So what is for us to learn in cleaning up the mess we have created for ourselves? We see from
Yes,
Ghanaian
sir.
pictures that we can clean up very well. We can manage to clean up our water. So water desalination is one of the priorities when you look at this technology. What do you have to offer?
One thing that we still ongoing with the test right now, sir, is for the air quality, especially for the combustion for vehicles, and for the tests also for the for bigger scale. Eventually, used if we can use it for the vehicles, we can use it to all other engine or coal-driven factories as well. So we have made some prototypes for the system. I'll just show first the initial drawing for that decontamination system for factory setup. I'll open it for a while. I'll share screen. See. Contamination. Okay. So here screen. This is the first. It's just a concept that we are testing on.
We don't see anything.
The
You haven't
bubbler.
shared your screen.
Oh, sorry. Is it coming out, sir?
No. Nope. You're
That's
not
here.
there.
It's shared. Okay. Yeah. I will remove. For a while.
So once you select which screen to share, you also have to click on the submit button, the share button at the bottom.
Yeah, I already clicked it on, but my system, my Zoom hang for a while. Maybe my bandwidth.
You
I
may
didn't
have
find
to reshare. You can try to
I'm
reshare.
back.
Yes.
Mr. Kesh, I'm back. Sorry, I lost this.
Okay.
Hello, you're back.
So, Mr. Kesh, I'm having trouble in screen sharing for a while.
Okay, can you just sort that out because Benjamin is back while you're sorting that out. Is that okay with you, Renan?
Okay, no problem, sir.
Thank you. Okay. We see all your programs, Benjamin. Hello, you're sharing now. Where are you gone, Brennan? Can you take off? You're sharing a screen. We see your drawing. Hello.
Brendan, did you need to share the screen?
It was the delay, so can you help me, Rick, to remove it? There's a delay.
Oh, there we go. I think
Okay.
Vince did that. Okay, so
Thank you.
My God.
yeah.
Okay.
When Benjamin comes, just hold him back. What is
Are
happening?
you sharing, Brendan? Oh, there we go.
There.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, it has a very long delay. Maybe it's my bandwidth.
Right. Okay, good, thank you.
Okay, Renan, let me give you a background to this before you start showing it.
Okay,
This is this what Renan is about to show. This is what one of the options which I've asked the Research Innovation Center to look into. One of the biggest problem at the moment is the exhaust which we disperse into atmosphere. We are looking at a position possibility that we can dump the exhaust of the factories, the chimneys, into a bases made of ganses. That in the process we can extract the gases, the what they call the poison material or the chemicals, out of the air, and in that process, going through the gas will release clean air back into atmosphere without any poisons or any other chemicals. One of the uses of this can be for exhaust of the cars, but this concept is part of the technology we are developing, and it will be gifted to the Chinese government for the position we are in Beijing and Shanghai. It was not supposed to be shown. Now it's on the screen, we can show it. This process makes a huge difference in industrial nations where chemicals are used and a small attachment on top of the chimneys or whatever at a point of exhaust can be added, that the gas extract the same chemicals from it. There is no difference between this system and what you've seen with Benjamin. Here we deliberately introduce the poisons or the gases into the gas, where in the rivers the poison and the residual were already in the water. We add CO2 or copper oxide to separate them. So it's the same principle. It's cleaning up the mess in a different way chemically, and we are waiting, and hopefully Renan can tell us, explain to us more what is on the screen. Carry on, Renan.
okay, thank you, sir. So with this setup, so this is just a simple concept drawing for the decontamination or air cleaning. So it's a bubbler type, and I think most of us are familiar of bubblers. So we can resize bubblers for chimneys, cars, and other exhaust or gasoline, diesel, coal engines that are still on the industry. So with this, we capture the smoke, and when the smoke goes through the water, this can be the energized water with gases that we mix, so that we can attract the heavy metals on the bottom that we can drain out periodically and add water, more GANS water in it in a certain period of time, not to reduce the water level. So that's the concept that we're looking into, and we have made a small prototype that is just for a trial for vehicles. So I can show you the small drawing. So what that's the arrow, the orange arrow is the smoke. So it passes through the chimney, the pipe, and is enveloped with this container. And from this container, this can be a circular container, and the air pressurizes the water, and the air pushes back and bubbles up. So all the bubbles will be at processed the energized water or the dense water, and we expect with a proper bubbling or a deeper water here in this drawing. So this is not drawn to scale. So we're looking into at the deeper water level, so that it can go deep on the bottom, and the gases that are staying on the bottom will attract or attach all the heavy materials that has been emitted by the combustion or the exhaust pipe. And from that, it comes out usually white smoke, because steam will come out. So mostly steam will go out from the chimneys and the cracks. And then we drain out here on the bottom, the drain. There will be a periodic draining to get the particular minerals or particular materials that can be still be used, because we can get heavy metals in this area, and it can be utilized for different uses. So that's the whole principle of this design. And we just tried this in a car, and it worked. In the car was already an very old second-hand SUV, and we tried it there. Once we just without the guns first, so we tried it, and it is expected. We were expecting that all these carbon smoke, the black smoke, will be attached in the water. So as expected, there was the water was darkened, and I can show you the pictures. Okay, let me first minimize. Okay. So this was the yeah. Can I stop share? Yeah, can you? Yeah, I'll share another one here. Only that. Hello, Vince. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So for a while. Okay, it's coming up. So this is just a very simple experiment that we did. As you can see, we just used plastic bottles and everything just to test out. So you can see on the bottom. You can see on the bottom. This was the first one that we built, but what happened was the container here is just the water. The water is too shallow, so it pops out all the water out, and so we just made some improvised smaller version. We did, which we use this one. So we just capture it, and from there we can really the water. It is expected that all the particles that will stick to the water. So the one thing that is good with this, we put another air bubbler here, just an empty space, so that the water will not go back to the engine. But this won't be needed in the chimneys, because the chimneys has a different smoke direction, so it's going up and it's not violent like the vehicle. So from this setup, we can extract here. We extracted some of the particles here that we need to test. So the other test, which I have no picture yet, we already put a plates, zinc plates, ZO2, zinc plates, copper plates, nano-coated copper, and iron plates, iron nails, rusty iron nails inside the water with salt, so that we can create the guns, all the 3 guns inside during the process. So from that, the water that we have received, so we don't have yet results on the test on what are inside the water. So what are the metals that are captured, and also with the guns, what are, if it is concentrated particles of heavy metals. So we expect heavy metals because this is a very old vehicle which emits very black smoke and have not been tuned up for so long already. So we still have to get the results on this one for the metals that have been harvested in this system. So just a very practical Okay, so okay, I'll share another one. Stop share.
Brandon, has anybody done emissions before and after MagRaf unit installed on a car?
Yeah, that one has no MagRav yet. That was the control. We have the initial is the control, and that vehicle has no. We didn't do any upgrades, so that was a purely old vehicle, and it's a 20-year-old vehicle, and we no MagRav unit inside, no CO2 and everything. So that was the control test, and we did another test with that still without anything, just to see what are the heavy metals that will be attracted in the water with the ganses. And we will test it when we add all the other devices, because our other cars have already have devices. So we started with a new vehicle which has no devices at all. So we're doing that in for that type of vehicle. So let me share this. So once yes, we will be going the emission testing, such as this one. That was the vehicle was not yet emission test. So we will do an emission testing for that, for the air instead of the water. So we're planning to have the air emission testing, and also to have the water to be tested as well. What water we have absorbed or gathered in the bubbler. So yes, we will test it with the emission testing. So I have also done an emission testing with my vehicle, which is already been with MagGrab for 1 year already, and I find it. I don't have the comparison yet for what, because my car is already 8 years old, and I already have it's already been before I explain it. I'll show you first the standards for Philippine standards emission testing. Let's see, Philippine standards. So the emission standards here I am comparing is for the in use vehicles, for, and I have my results, and I compared the standards with my results, because long before I've already had a problem with my car, but after a year of testing, I can show you the. Can you see already? Does that come out already? Okay, coming up. So I got this from our Philippine Emission Standard Certificate of Conformity Motor Vehicles, Department of Transportation and Communication. So this is which is my basis, the emission standards for in-use vehicles with spark ignition engines. So we have a 0.5 for the carbon monoxide percentage by volume, which is acceptable for to be passed, and the hydrocarbons, which is an parts per million as a hexane, is 250. So this is my category 0.5. These are the previous year's standard. So this is already the new standard. They have reduced it to very 0.5 instead of a 3.5. So it's becoming the standard is becoming strict. So from that, I have my vehicle lined up here. I can show you my 0.5 and 250. I can show this. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Using the new share? The new share button. Okay. That will help. Okay. New share. Okay, so this was my emission test last March, January 8, 2016. So this has been 1 year with my MagRav. So my carbon monoxide emission, expecting a 2009 year model of vehicle, gasoline model, a sedan, with a standard of 0.5. So I am only below 20% of the standard. So it's very low. With so this time, because I have no benchmark I have not have a photocopy of the benchmark with last year, but I expect it should have been having a greater emission. So the whole year, this has been running with a MagRav car unit, single coil only, not the 3 coil. So the single coil only that is attached to my battery, and partly a little of CO2 GANs powder on the engine. I didn't put in the gasoline, so on the engine, engine oil. So that's only one time. I only added that one time, and then so with this, the hydrocarbon is only 69, which is our average standard is 250. So it's very low and very clean. So with only the MagRav car, you can really check your emissions and check it out that you will have a very cleaner emissions eventually. Just adding the CO2 GANs in the engine itself, and also using the MagRav power unit. So this is the effect on it. So I'll be having another test later this month, just to check if it has reduced more, just to see, because I always only test once a year for changing of registration. So I'll test it for another time within the year, so we can compare more on the vehicle. Some of our group here also have been testing, so we're gonna compare the notes with the motorcycle emission tests. So this is what we have right.
Renan, what is on the CO2 reduction compared if there was the same?
The CO2, sir, they don't put any readings on the CO2. Only the CO and the hydrocarbon, the hexane.
Yeah, but okay, on your CO, what would have been a normal figure? Do you have one from last year?
That's what my problems are. The copy of last year, I didn't have retrieve it. I need to retrieve it first. This is the latest one I had, but it is expected for me that my at 8-year-old car should not have passed the emission test for this type of vehicle, a gasoline vehicle that I only standardly operate. So I was shocked when I tested it this January, that these are the results. So I will test another one, sir, for just to confirm if this reduced already. So I'll be expecting more reduction as the years goes by. So this is a 1 year use with the MagRav power already, since I used it. No, not 1 year. It's only since August last year. Since August last year, when we set it up until now, it's not yet 1 year. So less than a year setup. So that's why I'll be.
What is important to see that figure from last year if you can retrieve it?
I will get it, sir, for the other. Yeah, I will get it from the LTO. So from the land transportation, I have not made a copy of it. I was looking for it. I thought I have a copy with my office, so I asked for it and they didn't copy it. So this is the only data I have right now. So I can get another copy by Monday, just to test it, to compare January and Monday.
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't
so-
think it'll be much difference. What is important to see the last year.
Okay, I'll get the last year, sir. It's on the LTO, so just to
Yeah,
check.
if you can get the last year, then we understand a very good, what do you call it?
Comparison.
Of actually what was before and what is now.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
I will retrieve it, sir. Okay. So that's right now, and also Douglas has, I think Douglas is there. He has also made some for cleaning the air for the car as well, just to maintain, and it has achieved also reduction in the fuel.
Can we have
Douglas-
Douglas on the line?
Hello, Douglas, are you there? Okay, he's not there, so I'll present it for him. He had already made the presentation. I think he has problem with his internet as well. Okay. So let me share. So did my new share? I tried new share. Did it come out?
Yep, we see it. It says Nano and
Okay.
Gans Maglev.
Okay. So Douglas used this system. The as you have, it's been on the internet already. The copper scrubbers intake automobiles for performance. So he used it with using 6 nano coated copper scrubbers, using the caustic T method, and some 9 neodymium earth magnets for the air intake valve. So the particular test on automobile performance using consists of 2 parts. First, the part of the test is created an air filter out of nano caustic steam coated copper scrubbers and placed into the air intake box of the test vehicle. So it's a Caravan. The second part of this test consists of the using of 6 nano coated scrubbers that are with a combination of neodymium magnets placed onto the air intake tubes via electrical tape. So starting from the farthest point of the air intake, moving inwards towards the throttle body, record data of transition. So this was used, nano-coated by caustic, and this is the air intake area, so which opened up and removed the air filter and put it under and put back the air filter. So that's the simple. Then what is his results was he got extra 35 miles per a tank full with nano scrubbers, and he's now adding CO2 guns also in his fuel, but has achieved for at least 45 extra miles per tank full. So that's for the nano scrubbers and with additional of a CO2. And so the CO2, we only use about 10 to 15 ml of washed CO2 in all the tests that we make. Very little, very little. And I want to show a video, just to show you a video what happened to my vehicle right now that is moving, driving without, it is moving without stepping on the accelerator, as you maybe have experienced, some of you. So I'll just show the video. New share video. Let's see the video. Okay. Show share. New share video. So just don't put the volume. So the condition here is with the Magrav unit just installed to the vehicle and some of CO2 guns for the past less than a year, so almost a year. You can see I only press the clutch. This is a manual vehicle, so I only press the clutch, and it just moves by itself without pressing the accelerator. So we're just cruising about 10 kilometers per hour. So it's like moving like an automatic car. So I also tried this in driving in a steep flyover, a sky. So you can. So I observed just touching the clutch. I just do some little push on the clutch. It what happens was it builds up its strength, its fuel. Then from building up, it can go up to an uphill even without pushing the gas. So it's producing its fuel by itself inside the engine. So I was the I'm expecting it like it may be creating a hydrogen gas because of the plasma that is being produced by the coils and spread around the system. So
Right, that
yes,
wasn't it. You weren't able to do that before, correct?
I have never done that before. I just had that just lately this month. Before my car just switched off after I removed the clutch. So it's just it will stall. Yes, you're correct. So it usually stalls. Then I was shocked. Suddenly, I just had in my mind, why not try to let it move without stalling? Because I can feel the engine is already strong. So it has already built up some strength, and I think there's additional fuel that is being provided even without the putting any accelerator. So I just let it move. So that was since March 1, and right now it's been 24 days. I still do it, and I tried it already in uphill. The engine produces its own hydrogen, and it cruises through the uphill. So just use the clutch to let it no lag, just a slow, steady going up. Then just use the clutch just to give the gears proper, not too heavy load. And when you remove the clutch, it's like gonna kick. It's gonna kick the car up, and it just cruise. So I went to the shop this day with Bernie. We checked out the car, and the mechanic, our friend mechanic, he said that it has already built up its power. That's why there's extra fuel that is being produced. That's not the gasoline anymore. So there's building of different fuel, which I expect it's hydrogen inside the engine, because the air moist that's coming in and the water or anything that will be produced there. So what also the thing that I have observed, it's already my exhaust pipe as well is sometimes there's water that will come out. So I observed that before, and right now I still observe it that it comes up. And that's one thing that I have observed for this time. So today we just upgraded the system. We use another upgrade, which we added some of the different features just to reduce the fuel consumption and to make it so efficient, and also to have lesser or zero CO2 or carbon dioxide monoxide emission. So that's why I will test it again, because I added a very simple system that can also supplement the MagGrab power. So there's the MagGrab there, and we have a very tiny systems, the same as the oh yeah, I'm sorry. I will show you here. Okay, sorry. New share. Okay. Okay. So this is the new upgrade just today. So with the existing MagGrab system, we also put this just to, our goal is to have still efficient fuel consumption. So we need to have efficient power for the system. So we just put this small coil as well, not only in the battery at all, anymore. So the maggrab is on the battery. Now we put this directly to the ignition coils at the point of the plugs of the spark plug. This is for gasoline engine. So yes, those are tiny coils, double core coils that we always make for our pens, and we just use the pens coil to the maggrab to make it more efficient. So after testing, after adding this device, I drive the car. It is more smoother, and I'm expecting another decrease in my fuel consumption and also in the cleanup on my combustion. So that's why I will test it again with this new system attached on it, because I have felt the car when I drive it. It's already different than when I drove it a week ago, or even 2 days ago. It's very different. So when I arrive with the car there without this, I can feel the difference when it was added immediately. So these are just simple things to help protect the environment eventually for those gases that comes out. So even without having too much things that we add on our existing vehicles, as we don't have, especially in other countries, don't have electric. So this is as you can see, there's a letter N. So this is another one that we have applied, which is very useful as well. That is a very tiny neodymium magnet just to put in the fuel line. So just to clean up the fuel line that comes in. So it helps.
There is
So, a
something
bit of
interesting. Well, you mentioned something about your car. At the moment, before the hybrid cars, or when you had a second-hand car, you could sell it, and there was a market for it to export it into third world nations.
Yes, we have it many years.
Hybrid cars are becoming a stagnating point for the manufacturers. They are very good for people to buy, but when you have a 10, 15-year-old car you want to, which has been a tradition to export it into Africa, for example, nobody needs hybrid because there is no electricity in Africa to support hybrid cars and the repair of them. Electric cars are actually no-go because the
Yes.
knowledge of it is not there. So we are seeing these kind of new technologies are what is there to be supporting it. And it's become a big problem for manufacturers now that the first generation of the hybrid cars are slowly become to the age to become second-hand to be resold. It only can be sold within the countries which have the facility to support repair to start with. And secondly, with the electric cars are doomed cars. That's it. It cannot go anywhere else. So these kind of conversions becomes essential into the process, that if we can extend the use of the car in the third world nations, which reduces consumption. How much fuel reduction have you seen compared to last year using?
My car already, sir, with the maggrab system, sir, I have an average of 25% with the maggrab and the CO2 with my driving, how I drive. So that's my average for my fuel consumption for the whole for the past few months that's the always 25%. So every
what
time
is kilometers to you?
in my kilometers, so about 27 liters, I can travel about 200 kilometers. So that's 27 liters with 200 kilometers. So 200 kilometers.
How much was it before?
Before is 27 liters will only drive at 160 kilometers.
So you get 40, you more or less get 1.5 kilometers per liter more.
Yes, that's the I get to the car. Then even in traffic, I still have the standard. So because I know already how to press the gas, not too much, and because it's already powerful, so it helps me really save as I go along to know the car engine. So but when I drive a long drive, I can save almost 40 to 50%. If I drive far 100 kilometers away and go back. So I save so much. But in the driving, in the city driving that we have, so there's always traffic jams. So I get 25% on average.
Okay. Anything else we can learn from you?
That's all right now, sir. So for that, we're gonna continue to do the other decontamination processes and some of the desalination processes. So we have
Yeah.
not yet get some. Okay, sir.
That figure from your certificate last year is very important. If you can, let us see it next
Yes,
week.
sir. I will get it next
Okay.
week. I'll get